Yeah, we didn't have an anticlimactic lightning bolt, but we did have an anticlimactic concession. Okay, I'm definitely clicking the keep button. I want to have Snare up on turn 2. I'm either putting back Traverse or Karn. And it seems like I should probably put back the Karn, since the Traverse can either be a win when I have Omniscience in play, right? Or it can just give me my third land to cast Kiora. I'm not sure if I'm baiting with this, but I feel like I can get some results. It's a Heartless... Wait, I made an Aspiring Spike version of this that ran Heartless Summoning. What does that mean? Am I really the Heartless Summoning guy? The problem with the problem with builds like this, okay? Your big payoff does what? You put some Overlords into play. You put some Turtles into play. You put some Fables into play. Then what happens? Your opponent tightens you. They Gorias you. They you just can never beat a combo deck. And you might not be able to beat energy. And how good are you against decks with counter spells? It's like, and at that point, that's kind of like all the decks. You know what I mean? Yeah, don't know about this one. Probably graveyarding. Helps with delirium a little bit too. I want to keep the snare up. I think I'm just going to traverse. Then maybe I rumble instead of cure next turn. Do you have plans to play some standard? I've been watching a lot of standard off stream. I've been playing some off stream. I mostly am kind of planning to learn and then see if I want to stream any of it. But I won't stream any of it unless I feel like I've got some good ideas to share. Clock of Omens for what? So Clock of Omens plus Essence Reliquary in the sideboard allows you, if you have Omniscience and you cast a Karn, you don't need anything else to win the game. That is what it's for. So I think we should rumble this turn, because if my opponent counters this, there's a good chance they'll untap and play a ring. If they play a ring, we can punish them with the Kiora. This line, not as good, or not as good into Spell Snare. Also, now if they go counter Kiora, what we can do is maybe draw another land and just copy Kiora and maybe make an 8/8. The loop is very convoluted, but that's the purpose of the clock and the reliquary, is it means you don't need to have anything else. Okay, so this is looking pretty good for our ability to make an Omniscience next turn. There's a pretty good chance I should keep one Omniscience in hand to play around like a Leyline Binding. We also, the threat of the 8/8 is something they have to contend with. Ooh, a Flare is also pretty nice. We do need a little bit of action. Get some draws. I'm not sure that's the case, not gonna lie. Aggro hurts for sure, but I don't think counters are the problem, really. You usually haste them with berry. Yeah, maybe you could beat counterspell decks, but like you're just you're weak to combo, you're weak to aggro, and counterspell decks are a problem. So it's just there's just a lot going on. Yeah, we can keep an Omniscience in hand so we can play around like a Binding or sink into the Super. But yeah, the deck, just to me, it looks too slow and too weak to combo. I could be wrong. I encourage you to give it a go. These draws are also kind of perfect. Okay. Trying to make Artist Talent, Oval Chase Daredevil idea from last month's work. Slot into your 6 Breach Shell. That seems kind of interesting. A little bit of lag there. Into the fastest I've ever seen Karn resolve. Here's the loop for those wondering. You get Essence Reliquary, you pick up Karn, you cast Karn. You get Clock of Omens, you play Clock of Omens. You use Clock to untap your Reliquary. You bounce your statue with Reliquary. You pick up Karn. You cast Karn again. You minus Karn. You get an Aetherflux Reservoir, which you cast. Then you use your Clock to untap the Reliquary again. Then you bounce your statue. And then you can cast in statue infinite times with Reservoir in play. And you didn't need to have another spell in your hand to do that. Greenwire, 21 months. Thank you. Welcome back. Appreciate you. All right, I think I'm just going to bring in one Mite. I might play one Consign. I don't feel like I need Consign that much. Ring's just like not that good against me. Don't know if they're unbinding. Is the reason Drake changed his name from Six God to Woodland God and put 250k on Tyson to not pay mana for spells? That might be the case, yeah. 250k is also the max channel points you can bet on a prediction, so that might have been a secret message. Okay, you have one artist talent. You're clickbaiting me with artist talent, and you think you should only play one. That might be the right number. But okay, hold on. But no, what do we? You have one copy, and you're playing all the. Okay, you have the Asmo stuff. I don't know. It's kind of interesting in the show. If I like to some extent though, it's like this is like the main new idea. So like, what if we just cut some rented sixes and we played more artist talent, and then maybe this card is good in the deck. Kind of fun. Probably should play the first Manamorphose. That way, like some turns you can like level up artist talent, and then if you're like 1 mana short of comboing on the turns you go off, you'll be able to dig for the Manamorphose eventually. But you gotta, yeah. I think I would just probably cut all the red and sixes and just try 4 artist talents so you can be testing. You can like loot away extra copies too. Okay, so we're on the draw against Jeskai Control. We are up a game. Have I tried Woodland with Wilderness Rack? I haven't tried it. I've kind of thought about it a little bit. I don't exactly. I don't know. I'm not exactly excited about it, I guess. In 7 words, can you tell me if Sire is the truth in Eldrazi Tron? No, I can't. But it is good. It is the truth. I definitely think it's optimal in the archetype, and I would encourage you to play it. Okay, so I think I want to Rumble this turn and then go Archaeologist with Snare and Flare Up the next turn potentially. Backup Woodland. I might have some like Wildfires because of Belcher. Yeah. No, I can, but it's good. Damn it. I had it. So close. Okay, are they going to Flage here? If they tap out for Flage, I can tap out for Kiora. Yeah, like Sire is very good in Eldrazi Tron. I feel like it was a big part of the reason why we were able to top 8 that event. Oh, I can't even sack my spawn. This is brutal. Wow. Although maybe my Kiora gets to like really put a lot of pressure on them. So I need to discard an instant in addition to the Omniscience. Yeah, Kiora is so cool in these spots because it's like not only does my opponent have to deal with my Woodland right now or my graveyard, but I also just have like this 3/2 that's making 8/8 or making an 8/8. So the fact that they just immediately have to deal with both is cool. If there wasn't Teferi, I could also have Flare Up, which is, something. Cast the Ring. Cybertron is a lot of fun. The only thing is there's no easy answer to Damping Sphere. You have the Blast Zones. Not an easy answer, I guess. You have to have Solitude and Surgical. They have Solitude and Surgical. And Teferi. The Teferi is also kind of needed in this equation. Let's go. So this is actually kind of a weird spot. My opponent isn't conceding. So in order to play around Solitude, we have to actually do the normal statue thing. Because if we go for the Clock of Omens route, there's a window for our opponent to Solitude the statue and fizzle the loop. However, if my opponent Solitudes the statue while I do this, if they Solitude the statue while I do this, I get to pick up the Karn, and then I just get to Karn for statue again and restart the loop. So this is just a way for Solitude to have nothing. We have Flare. They have Teferi in play. Don't need to do too many more because I have multiple spells I can cast. Might have to play the second paper. Yeah, this deck is really nice, I think. It's also like probably pretty budget friendly. There's only one ring. I think we're only playing 6 fetch lands. More budget friendly than a lot of commons and uncommons. All right, this should be enough. I wonder if they're trying to force negation my reservoir. It's kind of interesting. Nope. Yeah, only one ring. Oh, they have protection from everything, but we can just blast them on their turn. I'll just make it to where I can blast them multiple times. And then I can also leveler the Teferi so that I have counter magic up. Yeah, Omniscience is probably pretty cheap. Back when I was like a commander player, we have won 5 matches in a row, by the way. Back when I was a commander player, I had a foil Omniscience, so it was $100. So it was like my most expensive card for a bit until I got like Underground Sea and Mana Crypt and all that stuff. Is this the first deck you use Oracle as a Flare Enabler? It's the first time I've used it, yeah. It is it's not the newest tech. It's someone else top 8'd with it a while ago, and I thought it was pretty interesting. But it's the first time I've used the tech. I'm going to keep this on the draw. We have a lot of lands in the deck when you count the traverses, and we have, I think enough here to keep. The Griselbrand's a bit awkward, but it's like a pretty good 6 if we don't have the Griselbrand. We have Snare on the draw also. Could be Storm. Commercial District Go. A lot of times makes me think Storm. They keep a card on top. Now, if I have to snare something in turn 2, it's a bit awkward because then I don't have my Surveil land. Played Modern Paper first time yesterday. I played Froculus, the Oculus you signed in Vegas. Awesome. Congrats. Hope you had fun. Glad you're dipping your toes in. They reveal a Cavern of Souls. I have an updated mono green Eldrazi deck. I'm really thinking that Cavern is like a very nice reason to be a more stompy focused build of Eldrazi, where you can kind of like mostly ignore Consign if you have 4 Cavern, or Consign is much weaker against you. I think we're at a Rumble here. Should be okay to take the forest, right? Okay, so they're the more ramp focused build. But yeah, just like playing for. Let me pull up this list. I don't know if we're gonna get to it today. But yeah, this is kind of what I have. I posted this on Blue Sky if you want to find the list there. I don't think it's in the Mox field yet. But just being able to play 4 Cavern, I think, is really nice. I tested a red build with Linebreaker. I just didn't like it that much. I really wanted to main deck Battle Mage. I think Battle Mage is really nice. And it's also kind of like, if you have 4 Battle Mage and you have 4 World Breaker, you're not so weak to the ring. I also think there's a chance 6... Like, you could play Ring over 6. But 6 is like better on the mana curve and smooths out your draws in like a really nice way. I really like 6, but Ring is probably better. Yeah, Blue Sky is a like Twitter alternative that a lot of Magic players are pivoting over to. I'm having a lot of fun on the app. I think for me I enjoyed it a lot more than Twitter, and I don't know if I'm going back. Okay, so this Traverse means I can combo off on turn 5 if I don't draw a Woodlands this next turn. Weird, okay though. Yeah, it is a bit weird. I would recommend it. There's also just like a lot of Magic players on there, so if you want to, engage with the Magic community, it's a good place to be. If I draw a land that's not a woodland, I probably cast Karn and get Crypt, and then Crypt him to try to stop Emrakul. Also turns off the ring. Yeah, I do think that Blue Sky will probably get worse. Like right now there's no ads and there's like no bots, and it feels like kind of very early internet-y. And so like I'm really enjoying that dynamic. I'm just a little bit worried that dynamic will not stay. Okay. Pretty easy decision because the Traverse also, we could just Traverse for the win next turn. Yeah, so Emrakul costs 9. This is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So they played a double land, they could cast Emrakul. We do have to worry about Kozilek's command. World Breaker would also slow me down. Myco Spawn also slows me down. Kind of nice they don't get to get the Woodland, though. They get a Sanctum of Ugin. 2 cards in their hand. This is turned off. Yeah, I think I just traverse for another... Woodland, so that way if my opponent land destructions me again, I just have the win next turn. And then I don't think I'm supposed to Karn for anything. Being able to snare a Rumble is kind of cool because that might give them enough mana to Emrakul. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, it'd have to be like 4 types kind of Rumble. Okay, a little bit of Magic Online lag. Not as bad as it was yesterday. Yesterday was so bad, especially at night. Like I had such a hard time. There was one player. They're like, "Hey Spike, I'm a big fan. I'm really happy to play against you." And I was like typing out, "Oh, thank you." And then my Magic Online crashed for like 10 minutes or something like that. I figured out how to do this combo in Arena without unwinding clock. What do you want to share? Okay, so are we fearful of a Kozilek's command in this spot? I think I'm not beating Kozilek's command. Okay, so I guess my line against Kozilek's command is to cast Ring this turn. Yeah, if we cast Ring this turn, then they can't Emrakul me. And then maybe I can dig for a Flare to protect from a future Kozilek's command. Yeah, you were playing Glimpse Woodland. Sorry about that. Couldn't even finish the match. Is there anything special about this deck that makes Circle Charge a good option as trying in general? Yeah, or I know you must think that... I know everyone seems to think there must be something better. There's not. This is the best creature that you can sack to Flare to loot Omniscience into the yard. Sacks to Flare, you even get to loot when it dies. ETB, loot it away. There's not a better option. There's even someone in chat that's like, there must be a 1-mana version of this card. There's not. You would think there would be. Looting enablers in Modern are not good. This is why cards like Rumble and cards like Kiora and cards like Oracle of Tragedy and Archaeologist get to see so much play, is because they banned looting and they didn't print anything better. I read the card 5 times and never solved that. Okay, maybe that's the problem. No one sees the or dies part. But honestly, even if it was just enter, there's like not many. I don't know if there's even like a better option in blue. I don't know. I don't know if there is another 2-mana ETB loot card. There may be. I know there's like Evangel of Synthesis, but that's blue black. Rona Herald of Invasion. That is not a good creature with Flare. You need ETB effects for Flare. Okay, so they're exiling multiple Omnisciences for me. Thankfully, I can block this when they attack the Karn and put another Omniscience in the yard. And I have a Tormod's Crypt. Yeah, I should still have Delirium once that happens. And they're scry drawing. ETB, draw a card, discard card. Exile from your graveyard, draw a card, discard a card. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's I think that's even worse than the 1/3. I'm telling you, like the option like 1/3 is better than this 2/1 that does it. It's like the options are so limited. Why not Offspring GIY? Okay, I'm almost sure this is not the exact name of the card. Okay, Merfolk people not even legal. The options are so limited. Let me read this Merfolk or this Offspring GIY. Yeah, that's not the name of the card, but if we can find the name of the card, I could take a look. They reveal a Sire of the Seven Deaths, and then they keep one card on the top. Is that card another copy of Kozilek's Command? Probably should be. Thunderstruck Trainer. Trainer doesn't put Omniscience in the yard. They reveal another Kozilek's Command. Oh, but no attacks. Okay. I just have another Oracle in my hand, so now I need to draw a land. We have a lot of looks. We missed. So I guess I cast Oracle to try to draw a land off of this. I also didn't draw a flare, which kind of sucks. Come on, just easy land. Well, damn. So now we're just going to get Emrakul. I mean, my opponent's hand is Kozilek's Command Mystery card. So if they put this Emrakul in their hand, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, they can't cast this Emrakul. They'd have to have another one chilling in their hand already, I guess. So I want to try to protect my Karn here. I'm shocked there's no 1-mana creature that ETB loots. Yeah, like that card would be insane. There's one that you can sacrifice to Rummage. Okay, so they're holding up Kozilek's Command, but thankfully I have Flare up. I might as well play another Archaeologist looking for another Flare. Let me see if I draw one. We have a lot of looks. Yeah, I just have enough mana though. 3 more looks. Found one. Yeah, just win Worlds and design it. Tongsby with the 4 months. Thank you. Welcome back. Appreciate you. So copy Omniscience. I guess my opponent can have a Boseiju. I didn't find another Omniscience to just cast. I think I only have 1 Omniscience left in the deck. Yeah. Is Javier getting another card? He should. I hope he does. 4 months is a mana for each month of the One Ring. Hell yeah. Yeah, we'll ride if he doesn't get another one. Speaking of Riot, are y'all watching Arcane? That shit is so good. Okay, it's gonna bring in all these consigns. I think I'm gonna play one snare, trim one oracle, or maybe I trim a Kiora. I just want to be a little bit faster on the draw. Seems fine. Arcane is so good. I have plans Saturday night. I'm not gonna cancel, but I want to cancel so I can just watch it. No spoilers, but spoiler equals ban. Sorry about the delay, y'all. This hand seems like one we can give a go to. Would mulligan if I didn't have this consign. My opponent reveals Devourer of Destiny. I've notched 1 second of Arcane. Yeah, Arcane is like... If you would ever give any show a 10, it would be Arcane, and I think Arcane would be the gold standard for what a 10 out of 10 TV show is. And usually when I recommend a show to chat, I'm a little bit worried about overhyping it, and I like to be like, but just enjoy it. Not with Arcane. I have actual zero worry of overhyping Arcane. I think it is the greatest show of all time. I almost don't even feel like it's a conversation. It's like to me it's like just obviously the best show ever made. What if I don't like League lore? I know nothing about League of Legends. I don't want to know anything about League of Legends after loving Arcane. I also know nothing, and I don't want to know anything. I guess I should have brought in a Mite. That's quite the claim. Yeah, not only is it quite the claim, I say this with complete confidence. This man is drinking the Kool-Aid. I am. So I guess we get a Hedge Maze because I can just play my one spell this turn. And then play a spell next turn in Hedge Maze. 5, 6. I think I'm just going to hold up Counter's Magic here. What about the Queen's Gambit? Queen's Gambit was good. Some of Arcane Season 1 scenes were drawn the charcoal. I did know that, yeah. I've never seen The Wire now. A lot of people talk to me about The Wire. So y'all maybe didn't know this. You can replicate a consign through a Trinisphere. If this was Kicker, you couldn't do it, but it's replicate mostly because of Chalice of the Void, but it also kind of helps you get around this. So they have 3 cards in their hand. I'm probably going to play a Kiora this turn. Let me see what my top card is. So my plan is to traverse for a Boseiju at some point, which is pretty dang slow. Yeah, Penguin was very good too. Okay, I guess just draw the Boseiju is a move. And we have a legendary creature in play, so we actually can just go for it next turn. You know what discards Omniscience? I mean, assuming this stays in play. Discards Omniscience, draws cards, sack to Flare, Psychic Frog. I mean, it's not a good one to sack to Flare, but and it's also like Woodland just being a green land is so awkward in your mana base, but there may be something there. So I guess what I want to do is play Woodland, Boseiju the Trinisphere so that I have Threshold, then attack, make my 8/8 and hold up Hardcast Flare. Or maybe I should play Archaeologist and just sack that to Flare. That's probably going to be better. I guess I could also rumble first. All right, this turn keeps getting better and better. Let's take backup Kiora. Kiora is just like a plan B is so nice too. It's like it's pretty gross that I'm threatening to infinite combo my opponent next turn. I have a 0 mana counter spell up to put that pressure up as well. And if this doesn't work, I just have an 8/8. How is replicate through Trinity Spheres possible? I don't know if I could exactly explain. Maybe we have some judges in the chat who can explain. I know it's part of replicating is part of casting the spell, so it's not like kicker something you play as you cast the spell, but or after you cast the spell. But I can't really tell you exactly anything beyond that. Okay, so they reveal an Imracul, a Kozilek's Command, and a Flute. They put Imracul into their hand. Uh-oh. I guess we're dead. Oh, no, they can't grab anything off Karn. So they can't, like, kill me with my own Karn. So I guess I should Flare. Not because I can counter the Emrakul, but because my opponent can counter my own spells with my own Flare now, when they control my turn. So I should just use it. Should be okay. I do play Crypt on the side, yeah. But my opponent could kill me if they could get anything off Karn. Imracul is very weird. The casual players have saved us. Wait, they cast Rumble? I guess they're going to loot away at Karn. So the casual players have kind of saved us. You cannot access your opponent's sideboard if you are controlling your opponent's turn with Emrakul. So this is Karn, this is Wish effects. You cannot touch their sideboard under any circumstance. The casual players say, I do not like when my opponent mind controls me and they grab my sideboard. I don't know. I don't really get it, honestly. But it's very good news that this is a rule. Because we would be dead here. If my opponent had, like, I don't know. They didn't even copy. They should have copied Omniscience. They should have started casting some stuff. What casual format has a sideboard? It was the casual players. They don't like people grabbing their sideboards. Wow, my opponent is just... They just did nothing. Let's go. Emrakul, the most misplayed with carded Magic. Yeah, the highest, like, I think... Yeah, it has just the highest percentage of misplays ever. Okay, so we cast Griselbrand first in case they have a Boseiju. We'll at least have a Griselbrand in play. I'm confused. They could have left me with nothing. Yeah. Me too. My opponent suspends a Lotus Bloom. Hopefully you can resolve a Karn. I have been kind of wondering about this matchup. We have Flares, we have Consigns, we have Karn, Woodland gets around their counter magic. Could be play draw dependent. We have not won the die roll. Is she that much better than Champion of Wits? Yeah, she makes it 8-8. Yeah, she makes it 8-8. Ooh. Holy guacamole. Okay, so right now we have Sorcery, Enchantment, Land. So I could just take any of these and be fine. So I could take the brand. Gray with the Twitch Prime, thank you, welcome back. Yeah, she makes an 8-8 when she attacks. That'll be $5 a month for the rest of your life. Come back for this great card evaluation. The 3-2 that makes an 8-8 is better than the 2-1 that has the upside of 7 mana coming back. So very lucky to have the turn 3 kill on the draw against this. Now my opponent can have a sink into the stupor. Have I talked about the state of Modern, as I see a lot of other streamers going away from Modern? Let's see, we've mentioned it. It's not as good as it's been. It's not as good as it's ever been. This whole Modern format thing. I'm having fun. I'm building some decks I think are pretty cool and good. We've talked about the state of Modern on this stream though. Some. I'm also looking into playing some Standard too. I think Standard is kind of interesting. Why not cast Griselbrand first in case they have Sync? Because my opponent has Lotus Bloom in Exile. So if I go Griselbrand and they sync the Omniscience, they just have to go land Belcher and I'm dead. Yeah, and then but if they sync my Omniscience and they can't counter Karn, then the Karn is going to basically kill them. So I'm pretty sure I grab a Needle. Next turn I plus on the Bloom and play Needle. What standard stuff do you get into, Stu King? I haven't made anything super interesting yet. But I downloaded some chatter decks, a Harmless Offering deck and a Reanimator deck. Standard does seem pretty interesting and open, but it just I haven't loved the gameplay, and I don't have the format memorized like I do Modern, so it's just taking me some time to realign. Okay, so they play their Belcher. We kill the Bloom. So I guess what we can do, we can cast a Rumble here. Wait, they name Woodland. Okay. Really? Unfortunately, this makes it just way easier for me. That they didn't name Karn. Thought we could have some fun. But I could just Karn for Haywire Mite. They suspend the Bloom. My opponent says I'm dumb. XD. I mean, I had the nut draw too. Just go ahead and get Flare up. Not really anything we can lose to. Flare is so nuts. Is Flare S tier? I had it S tier in my Image 3 review. I'm gonna work on that video this weekend, by the way. Is Flare S tier? The best deck, it's pretty insane. Now we have a second Flare deck has hit the Modern format. I didn't exactly see it being a combo card, but maybe I should have. All right, so we do need another Karn to win the game with here. Actually, that's not even true. We just win with the Reservoir and cast a million spells. Yeah, why does a Woodland exile the card? It's pretty crazy. Okay, so we get to bring in 4 Consigns. And then I think I also want to bring in the Needle, because Karn's static is a Needle. I did wish for it there. I did wish for it to play around Sink into the Stupor. So maybe I do want to keep the Needle on the board. I want to play 2 Spell Snares. I want to trim 1 Oracle, 1 Kiora, probably. Let's do 1 Traverse, 1 Well, also, do I want a Haywire Mite to traverse for? Kinda. Yeah, I think I probably want one. Let's try this. Would I consider playing Belcher if you're playing Sea Game Restoration, so you just have to play the tapped MGFCs? Yeah, you could do that at FDN. That'd be totally fine. What's the innovation that broke this? Kiora. Again, I wasn't really thinking about Kiora in the show, and the chatter suggested it last week, and now we're here. We can try this hand. Can dig for some counter magic that should come into our hand on time. So if I drew a blue source, I think I would have been more likely to play Oracle this turn. But I don't have a blue source guaranteed, so I feel like I need to dig a bit deeper for a Consign or a Flare. And we do find a Consign. Yeah, I get Kiora totally. That's sarcasm? Oh, discard. Okay, Kiora is a 3-mana 3/2. In ETB, draw 2, discard 2 card. Threshold, if you have 7 or more cards in your graveyard, you can attack and make an 8/8 octopus. So there have been several times where we've played Kiora and we've been threatening the combo next turn with Flare up for 0 mana, and then we also, if they can deal with our combo, we just get to make an 8/8. And so it just puts so much pressure on your opponents. You can also copy with Woodland, make it 8/8 sometimes. Yeah, it seems like I should just consign the Bloom here. If you consign the bloom with this trigger on the stack, then it stays in exile and they can't Tamashi it. Ikazu with the 2 months. Thank you. Welcome back. Appreciate you. And thinking bye-bye with the 19. I don't know if I missed you, but thank you both of you for subscribing and keeping this channel afloat. So no hardcast Belcher here. Isn't the 8/8 legendary, so you can have to. The 8/8 is legendary. I'm not sure what I said to indicate otherwise, but yes, it is legendary. Should I have played around Disruption? Maybe. Oh. It's another tap land. Then they play a Tamashi, but the bloom is still in exile, so not doing a lot right now. All right, let's play another Kiora. You said copy the 8/8. I copy Kiora with Shifting Woodland to attack with it and make an 8/8 is another plan you can employ. I think they have a flare. Yeah. Right, 2 cards left in their hand. So they were for a bloom. Do they have another Tamashi? Uh-oh. I guess we're dead. They're going to be able to Seagate Reborn and then probably kill me. I have game 3 on the play. Scythecat Cub is not legal in Pioneer Standard or Modern, right? I really wish it was legal in Modern. I would actually give it a go. I think that card's pretty cool. I'm not even sure if it's on Magic Online, but it's a jumpstart card. They put it on Magic Online. Yeah, I don't think the jumpstart cards are even there. Which is like so why isn't it? Like I don't know. I'm not a very big fan that the jumpstart products are just not legal anywhere, and they're kind of seemingly catered towards new players, and then the new players find out that they can't play their cards in any format that isn't Commander. DW with the 2 months. Thank you. Welcome back. Appreciate you. Legal and timeless. Well, better than nothing. $50 in paper. I mean, I'm sure it's just like very scarce card. Why main deck Trinisphere? And the Eldrazi deck? It's good. You need some combo insurance. It complements your land destruction plan pretty well. It's kind of nice. There's a lot of cantrip decks in the format that it maneuvers around. Suspends a Lotus Bloom before casting a Belcher. Pubmaster 13 months. Currently, oh no, then they cast a Harbinger. I mean, I guess I could draw a land and maybe resolve a Karn. Current Tree and Balacha Rehab didn't need the warnings. Didn't heed the warnings about installing it on mobile. Yeah, that game takes over your life. I have 3 or 4 orange stake decks to do left, and then I'm onto gold for all the decks. But I'm snaking my way up. Wait, how do they have 11 cards in their hand? Oh, no maximum hand size, right? From Seagate Restoration. Wait, this isn't resolving, is it? I think they have to use... I don't think they have a free counter spell. I think they have to use the Bloom. And if they use the Bloom, they can't activate Tamashi anymore. Yeah, Balatro is a great airplane game. Okay, we're kind of in there, y'all. Because it seems like this Karn is going to resolve next turn. Oh, but they have this. But if I have Karn down, then that's okay. I wonder if I should play another blocker, or like just 2 blockers out here. I can even dig for a flare. Yeah, I think it makes sense to just play both of these, and then my Karn can have no attackers that are getting through, and I have the chance to find a flare. There's a flare. Are we going to win this game? Rubbish lands. They bounce all their lands with Tamashi. So I may need to hardcast Omniscience to win this game. I don't think I need to hardcast it so bad that I'm going to hold one right now. We could probably find it. I used to play a Walking Ballista to kill Harbinger. We could maybe Cityscape level the Harbinger, though. I don't know. I don't exactly know how this happened, but we are actually ahead in this game. We could consign the trainer. I think I'd rather consign the Bloom. Okay, they get a Whir of Invention. I grab a ring. How are we ahead? They brick so hard, it's crazy. Yeah, I don't feel like I need to consign the Bloom anymore since I have the Karn to just plus on it next turn. Karn resolves so easily. I mean, yeah, they didn't have a 0-mana counterspell like 2 turns ago. The turn made them sack the Bloom. They do have 11 cards in their hand. Is funny. Like this no max hand size thing is pretty fun. Does Karn make me favored in this matchup? It might. I might consign like an ETB trigger if they have one. All right, we gotta flare this. Doesn't mean they can hit the Karn for 1. Did they find a flare also? They're pausing. Disrupting Shoal. Wow. I don't draw another flare. I didn't realize Thomas, she triggered off Sink into the Stupor. As if that card needed to get better. Super Maxio with the 4 months. Thank you. Welcome back. Appreciate you. So I guess I should have consigned the Bloom. Although I might get to consign a Belcher still. How much mana do they have? They have 3 plus 6. Wow, they're not doing anything. So their plan now is to Whir. They have a Whir in their hand. So I guess I keep up the consign. Weird game. If I tried to sire with Linebreaker or Arena of Glory, stop thinking about Arena of Glory. I swear there's no chance Arena is correct. I have done with Linebreaker. I have not liked it at all. I've tried Linebreaker. I did not like the Linebreaker builds. I tried really hard to find a good one. I just think Linebreaker's not good. Consign doesn't stop any part of Whir. No, it's not a triggered ability or a colorless spell. Y'all got, but there's zero chance it's correct to play Arena of Glory with Sire, in my opinion. Like, if you have those 2 cards together, you've built your deck incorrectly. Linebreaker is better. I just don't think Linebreaker is a good card, really. Linebreaker is much better if you include 2 mana Eldrazi because it gives your deck turn 3 kills. Yeah, well, does it only give your deck 2 mana kills with or turn 3 kills if you play? They have 3 Blooms in play now. Doesn't it only give you turn 2s if you have it that heralds the end? But it's just like it's our turn 3s, but it only happens if your opponent does nothing. I'm just not very impressed. Oh, maybe we should have played Ring and play around another Dispute, I guess. Well, we could draw a flare off this. I guess I'm also not that far away from hardcasting Omniscience. Maybe I should have discarded the land. I don't know. A die full of regrets. Could have an Odawara in the mana base potentially. Okay, so they commandeer, then we consign here.
You want to know what was so funny?
I was a little scared. I heard a lot of yelling and screaming down there.
Well, they were playing, right? And they went to the bed to play. And Lucy, she jumped too early. So only her front was on the bed. And she kind of just pulled up. So it was very funny.
It sounds very, very funny.
It's very Lucy.
Very Lucy. Okay, I think I'm gonna play with the 4th Kiora. Playing Beam. Sorry, just looking at Arena of Glory. It's okay. We just talked a lot about Arena of Glory plus Sire, and I just want to make sure everyone knows you can't do it. I do think Arena of Glory Vannifar is could be good. On the play. Gonna mulligan the 7. Don't exactly like this hand that much. We have a Consign. My opponent's thinking about their 7 here. That was a crazy game. Do you ever take donations to make decks? No, not anymore. They did mulligan to 6. They're thinking about going to 5. Okay, they keep their 6. No bloom, always good news. Save me Hedge Maze. Oh, save me Kiora, actually. I already have a Woodland. That's one more type for Delirium, too. If they shock, they kind of have to have the counter unless you pay 1 card. So I think I try to play around it. And then we'll see what happens here. Okay. Trainer. So if I hold up just 1 mana for a Consign for a Belcher, my opponent would have to commandeer X equals 1, or sorry, Disrupting Shoal X equals 1, or play Pact. And we can probably traverse for a Boseiju for the Belcher. So yeah, it should be pretty safe to tap out for Tamiyo. Update on sideboarding. Thank you for your patience. We have deployed a fix for sideboarding slowness in standard and Pioneer matches. Let's go. Exciting. Thank you for the update. So it's casting Kiora, and then I can Rumble and make an 8/8. They did reveal a Shoal, so maybe this just eats the Shoal. Take the 2-for-1 Shoal Pitch Tamashi. Plays a Lab. Try to consign the Belcher. And then we do have Delirium for Boseiju. Interesting. I think I'm just going to cast this. Commandeer would be bad. Flare is acceptable. Three cards in their hand. We mill over Omniscience and draw a land. We could go off here. Not quite that lucky. I think I'm going to want to cast this Traverse, so just Archaeologist first, see what happens. We had a Lrien Revealed. It's kind of interesting. Do we need to be worried about Whir? I guess we don't need to be that worried about Whir because we cannot beat it, so there's that. Or Whir into Belcher. Uh-oh. Oh, what? Wait, no! Your hand is Whir into the Floodmaw Belcher. So gross. So gross. Yeah, I don't know. I guess we could have just traversed. Seems okay. Seems okay to have not played around it. Brutal game. Let's see, 7 days ago on Boros. I do want to play against Energy at least once today. I haven't played against it today. Although this hand's not great. It's mulligan. Give this one a chance. So Belcher's just a real deck now. I think Belcher is likely the best deck in Modern. Likely the best deck in Modern. It's like it's favored against Boros and it's favored against everything else except maybe Dimir. The Miles Cube is now live. Yeah, we'll see. I'll see how hungry I am at the end of this. I don't know if I have the ability to commit to an Amaz Cube today. We'll do at least one Amaz Cube this week, like possibly in between rounds on Friday's challenge, maybe tomorrow. We can also try to play some today. If you beat me during the Amaz Cube, you get a Magic Online bounty voucher. Yeah, it seems that they are not on Energy. I legitimately think it's a bad Boros matchup, especially now they have Sighting Phantom. Yeah, I mean, if that's the case, all hope is lost, but at least that's not the impression I've been under so much. Maybe we should discard the Snare. Would I flare a Sire? I might just ignore Sire, or like just make a 7/7. I'll flare a Ring. Kind of nice that a Kiora could pressure a Karn some, potentially. 3 cards left in their hand after they play this Talisman. Hopefully they're somewhat out of gas. It's good also that we can put an Omniscience in the graveyard here. So something's going well. As a Belcher player, the matchup versus Coffers is genuinely unwinnable. It bubbled me out of top 8. Good night that recent major went to last weekend. That's kind of surprising. It's good feedback. I guess like just the combination of Karn plus Field of Ruin plus discard spells is pretty good. Wicked comes out this weekend, smash or pass for me. So one of my sisters had a big Wicked phase when she was turn 4 Ulamog. Gross. A very big Wicked phase when she was a teen, and I've never recovered. Yeah, I'm just did the 2 Ulamog triggers here. If I had drawn a land, I could have gotten Rumble into maybe Omniscience the following turn, but it was not to be. Yeah, we lost a tough one to Belcher. They kind of had the nuts game 3. And then game 2 was a hard fought. Was hard fought, but did not come our way. Like, she would just play the Wicked songs over and over and over and over and over again. So, not for me. What was the Coffers doing when in top 8, though? Yeah, I mean, Coffers might be solid. But I think Esther is probably going to watch it without me. Do you think every deck should play 4 Consigns if they're blue? Probably. There could be exceptions to the rule. Kind of pissed Dune started the trend of making a Part 1 movie and not advertising it like that. That's fair. You know what? I didn't really like Part 1 of Dune so much. I thought Dune Part 1 was so mid, but Dune Part 2 was really good. So it's hard for me to be angry at Dune right now. But that's pretty valid. Do you have a list for elves you would play in Modern? No. I was recently trying Breakout in elves, thinking that might solve some problems, but I just cannot in good conscience recommend elves as an archetype. I didn't crack the map in the upkeep. Thought Dune Part 1 was pretty loyal to the book. Overall, hardly could ask for me. I mean, I think that's a fine take to have. I did not read the book. And as far as like, it felt very generic sci-fi to me. Oh my gosh. Okay, the fact that I had a creature in play here stopped me from F16 through this turn on accident. Okay, so we can traverse for a woodland. I think we do play it, so if they have a Myco spawn, we could get lucky and top deck another woodland to try to combo off. In fairness, Dune did start all generic sci-fi. That is an excellent point. That is an excellent point. Appreciate you about elves. I know there's in one position, trying to prove something. Any chance for bet call? I would not ever play bet call. Like the 2-mana elf, whenever you play an elf, play a green draw a card. That card is better than bet call, and better on your mana. But it's also very weak to bowmasters. I like to be made a mod for that excellent point. Don't push. Don't push. Play a ring, please. Just have a ring. Also, can it be stated here? Oh wait, they played the mine. Okay, they did just already have Nattytron, huh? Gonna be digging for a flare here. Okay, I'm a little bit worried my opponent is like baiting me into like looting away Omniscience because they have Kozilek's command in their hand, but did I try elves in standard? I haven't. I've just been hurt too much by elves. Oh, I top decked the flare. Wasn't an option for Lrien for land. Play that traverse next turn so Woodlands can't be destroyed. Well, we need the Lrien Revealed so we can try to win the game because we have no action. Like you have to top deck action at that point or like just Oracle into it. Okay, I'm gonna put up the hand hider. My opponent is tanking. They're tanking on this Kozilek's command a little too long. Just a little too long. And also, them not cracking the map when I had the Boseiju was a little weird. I'm just gonna throw it up. People, 20 months. Chat did something good. What a year! What a year indeed. I did want to change this hand hider. I'll have it changed by Friday. Could be nothing. Could be nothing. Obviously, there's a lot to think about with this Kozilek's command, but just find the pausing a little suspicious. Not superstitious. Okay, we have the win though. I kind of feel like this one has sort of outstayed its welcome a little bit. All right, game 3 on the draw. Just gonna queue up the hand hider for now. Still, just gonna keep it up. A Balacho hand hider would be cool. glad you think so. Oh. All right, let's keep this. Where are the wide playmats? Question. I'll have to double check on that. We love white spike. Well, this isn't white spike. This is tall spike. Okay, opponent is on a mold of 5. That many jokers is pretty much cheating. With the amalgam deck or the one where you get a double tag, it's so easy to get a million jokers now. You just stock them up until there's a negative tag, and then you just get 8 negative jokers. It's kind of crazy. Uh-oh. Turn 2 Karn on the play is bad for me. Did not have the consign. They choose a coding. So I guess I have to draw a consign here. Or a blue creature for the flare that may or may not be in my hand. I didn't do either of those. I'm going to concede. Okay. Our win streak has come to a crashing halt here. I think what I'm going to do here instead of finishing this league is I'm going to do an Amaz queue. Wait, is it here? Okay, so this is part of the Magic Online content creator month of November. I'm a bounty. I agreed to be a bounty, so I need to do at least one of these drafts. I will probably do more on Friday and then not do them tomorrow.